Hey, what's going on, city slickers and all my slicker rats? It's brick out here. Hold on, let me take this off. All right. Uh, I can't talk with this thing on. Hold on. All right, today, story time. How I effed up my life. All right, let's take it back. Try to make two 6, 8 minute videos. All right, let me go fast. So let's go back to when I was 13. So it's 1984. I'm 13. My uncle my uncle Felipe, he bought a new car. I think he bought the Nissan Impulse. That was like a new future car. It looked, like a future car. So I don't know if that was the one when he gave me that car. So anyway, he gives me a 3-speed or 4-speed Toyota Corolla. It was probably like a 78, something like that. So it is at 13, but I can't get my license till I'm 17 or 18 in New York. Yeah. So from that time, it's like I was hooked driving. So I lost that car. I got another Toyota Corolla. This one's like a 80 something because this one was 5-speed. The one he gave me was 4-speed. So now, I want to work because I want to make money because I want a car. And so I'm working. Had a paper route in Fort Lee. Then once I got a little older, I started working at Food Town, KFC, and then BP gas station on 9W. And one day I was going to work, and I'm at the bus stop in I'm from 107 from Webster. I'm at the bus stop at 168 in front of the gas station, trying to get on the 35, because the 41 runs on Webster. But I'm trying to catch the 35 that take me up to the GW, and then I could jump on a bus that take me across the bridge. So I'm waiting for the 35 bus, and it's a long line. Finally, we get to the front of the bus. I see 3 guys like trying to get in front of me. Then it was one tall one my size, and one a little taller than me. So the tall one jumps in front of me like he want to skip me. I said, yo, what's up? He said, what's up? So he squared off. So he took a shot at me, and I took a shot at him. He caught me and I caught him. And he was tall, but I made sure I reached to catch him, and I caught him. Now, once I hit him, his 2 boys jumped in. And I didn't really worry about the small one. I was worrying about the big one and the one a little bigger than me. So what I did was, every time one punched me, I punch another one. He punched me, I punch him. He punched me, I punch him. Now, I did that for, let's say, 5 minutes. Then I realized you can't do this. You got to get up out of here. Thank God the bus driver seen what was going on. He left the door open. Everybody jumped on the bus. I'm fighting these guys. And after that, for a minute, boom, he hit me, I hit him. He hit me, I hit him. After like 5 minutes of that, I picked up my hat off the floor. I don't know how I did this, but I was able to jab him one last time, pick up my hat, and jump on the bus. And the bus driver closed the doors. Everybody on the bus was clapping. They didn't do nothing to you. I was like, yo, I'm good. How's my face? I was like, nah, it's a little red, but you good. They ain't do nothing. And it was 3 of them. We saw the whole thing. I was like, all right. After that day, I came home. I quit my job. And this is how I messed up my life. I started hustling. That's when Jumbos came out, the Krills. So I got in the streets, and we started doing stuff. And I wanted to find those guys. They tried to rob me from my hat and my leather bomber. I had a V-bomber. That day, I had 2 V-bombers. I had the royal blue, the short one with the leather hat. Had to go to Delancey, get the hat too. And then that day, I was wearing my beige one, a 3/4 with the beige hat. And I'm young. I'm like 15. Yeah, like 14, 15. Yeah. So I quit my job and I hit the streets, get locked up, put me in Spofford for a little bit, and then give me 5 years probation. Tell my mother make sure I stay out of trouble. Right after that, get locked up, I get shot, and they kill my boy, Tyrone Rodriguez. Rest in peace, my man, Tyrone Rodriguez. So, yeah. So after Tyrone passed, that woke me up. I wanted to change my life. Igor had to go to Puerto Rico. Ty passed away, but Ty got murdered. And then my man Gary went to Virginia. And I was like, I got to change. I'm not starting with a new squad. I just want to change my life. So I was like, once this probation is over, I'm going into the Army and I'm out of here, man. I want to get up out of here. So I started going to electrical school at 17. So by the time my probation was over, I got at 15, that was at 20. So at 20, I enlist. I'm ready to go to the Army. I believe I was going to Desert Storm. So I'm waiting, and I have to wait 3 weeks for a bus to take me to North Carolina. I believe it was Fort Bragg. So my recruiter said, you leaving in 3 weeks, everything is set. I go to South Carolina, get my license. I come back because I wanted to go to the military with my license. So I get my license in South Carolina. I come back to New York. That same night, one of my friends tell me, yo, come down, let's do this. Long story short, we get locked up. My recruiter goes to court, and the judge says, nah, this time the state wants time. So I couldn't go to the Army, and I ruined my whole life. I ruined my life because of that. So, yeah. And then in there, I did electrical also. So I was like, you know what? As soon as I get out of here, I'm going to just work, have a family, and forget about the streets, forget about my friends. And that's what I did. By the way, guys, I skipped a piece. Dropped out of high school, trying to be a thug in the streets. And when I dropped out, I realized, if I'm not going to get my GED, let me get a trade. I don't want to be 50 years old cracking boxes. There's nothing wrong with it. A job is a job. If one of y'all is 50 years old cracking boxes at a supermarket, it's all right. You have a job. I'm just saying me. I was telling myself this. I said, I don't want to be old person just having a regular job. I want to have a profession, So I chose electrical. And yeah, I said, as soon as I get out of here, I'm just doing electrical and I'm changing my life. And that's what I did. So now on parole, they sent me to housing school. So I was going to work for New York City Housing. My boy June was in my class. And one time a teacher, I tell her, look, you're missing a letter. I was walking by her computer. I don't know why I did this, but I said, look, you're missing a letter. She said, stop looking at my effing work. And she threw her keys at me, and I caught them, and I acted like I was going to throw it to her, and I dropped them, and I walked away. The next day, they expelled me. So I was like, wow, man, I couldn't go to the Army. I wanted to work for housing. I'm not going to give up. So I just started doing Messenger, and I said, you know what, I'm going to just do Messenger until I get a bike. And my ex-wife, my kid's mother, she saw me. I was good with bikes. I used to race bikes, freestyle on bikes. So I put a bike together. I put like 3 bikes. I found 3 bikes, and I made one. And I went downtown, and I was doing Messenger on a bike. And then I said, I'm going to do this until I get my electrical job. And that's exactly what I did. And then one time my mother came into some money. She bought me a van. She asked my ex-wife, where is he? It's snowing. She's like, he's on his bike. She was like, in the snow? So one day she bought me the van, and then my packages on the bike, I used to make like $10 every package. Now when I got the van, each box was $35. So I went from making $100 a day to $300 a day. Yeah, and I said I still want to get into my electrical background. I want to do electrical. So I did messenger, worked in the World Trade making sandwiches, other crazy jobs, to finally I got into my electrical job, and I never turned back. And after like 8 years on my electrical job, my uncle got me into elevators. I was trying to get in, but I didn't have no motor experience, so they kept shutting me down for that. He was like, nah, come on. So he got me in, and I never turned back. And that's my life. Yeah, from the streets. Um, Once I changed my life, once I became a parent at the age of 23, my daughter Ashley was born. I left the streets. I was like, you know what? I don't want nothing to do with the streets. And I never looked back. And thank God, knock on wood, that's what works for me, keeping myself safe. So to keep myself safe, I have to stay away from certain people, places, and things. Remember that? So you just have to protect yourself. And if that means sometimes you have to be alone, that's what you have to do. But I never turned back. And all those guys from Staten Island that I'll be mentioning, all those guys met me at a time of my life where I changed. I just wanted to be a man, not a child. And they all respect that I worked and I came home to my ex-wife and my 2 kids. That's all I did. I didn't hang out with nobody. I used to see them by the water, and I go upstairs. You never see me in front of a building, talking to people, drinking a beer. Nah, I left that in the Bronx. So in Staten Island, those years was just raising my kids. You see me riding bike with my son and my daughter, taking my son and my daughter fishing, walking my dogs, helping my ex-wife with the laundry. That's what you see. You didn't see me in the streets. So those guys, we like all grew together. We was all from different boroughs. And we all went to Staten Island to raise our kids. And yeah, I never turned back. That's what works for me. Work and go home, stay out the streets. You know, your life could change. You go to a club, something happens, and that's it. Your life just changes. So I've seen so much. I know I got to protect myself, so I just stay away from certain things. And that's it. I don't go clubbing. I don't go to bars. I don't do all that. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. It's cool to do it once in a while, but I can't do that every week, you know? So yeah, that's what works for me. That's my story, guys. That's why I'm the way I am. I don't hang out with groups. I don't hang out with my boy and he tells me, yo, 5 of my friends are going, let's go with them. Never. I don't know your friends and I don't trust nobody. So I'm going to catch you on the next one. Hit me when you're alone. We do something. And that's the way I am. Nothing personal, but I can't hang out with everybody, you know. I can't hang out with people. They don't have nothing to lose, and they willing to risk their freedom or anything. You know, I can't. I have too much stuff to do. Can't just be a young hothead, like, you know, talking back. Like, let's say you get pulled over and you with your friend. Now he want to beat up the cop, and you like, man, just shut up. Just shut up, show them your paperwork, and we out of here. That's it. All the extra curriculum, forget that, man. It's time to grow up. And when you grow up, you do the right thing, life is good. You don't got to deal with nobody. Oh, man. So, thank God I grew up fast because of the street life. And some people do it after they get old. I did it early. But when my kids was born, when my daughter was born, that's when I changed. And yeah, I tell you guys, all you got to do is work and go home, and life is good. Stay away from certain people. They're always putting you down. They're always doubting you. That's bad energy. You cannot prosper being around bad energy. Even if you have to be alone, it's better than being around bad energy. You know, that energy vampires, they just want to take your energy and shut you down. For some reason, they could be player hating on you, they could be jealous, or they just whatever, but you can't be around bad energy. So that's why sometimes you see me alone most of the time. And if you see me with a few guys, it's the same guys you've seen before. I don't really deal with a lot of new friends. I don't do that. If you see me with somebody, I must know them for years. But yeah, I don't just go clubbing and every week I got a new friend and I'm hanging out with new guys and also dating. I don't date like that. You know, when you're young, you go with different women and this. I don't trust these women. These women is just as crazy as men. So if y'all think men are the only ones that crazy, you crazy. There's a lot of women out here that are crazy. Once they get that liquor in them. All right, guys. What time is it? 15 minutes. Jesus, I'm sorry. All right, guys. I just wanted to tell you a little something. But yeah, don't just think, I don't advise you to just be sleeping around with all these women. It's dangerous. These women could rob you. They could drug you. They could set you up. Not just men, women also. So be careful. All right, love you guys. I regret not going to the military, man. I wanted to be G.I. Joe, man. I wanted to be Rambo. But I never gave up. And I still became somebody. A great elevator mechanic. Yeah. I knew the streets wasn't for me. That jail's not for me. And yeah, life is good. You gotta give life a chance. Give life a chance. You have to grow up. Love you guys. I'm gonna see you mañana. Please like and subscribe. Donate to the channel. And hit that bell. Smash that bell button. Love you guys. I'll see you later. I'm sorry this is long. We're like 20 minutes. I also have another vlog I'm gonna put up from Chick-fil-A in Baltimore. All right, later. Peace. Shazam! Give the shout outs on the next vlog in a little while. All right, later.